The UNESCO Institute for Information Technologies in Education, with the support of the UNESCO intersectoral platform, UNESCO's Contribution to Climate Change Mitigation and Adaptation, has developed a website and open access informational and educational resources based on the traditional knowledge of the indigenous peoples of the Arctic and the far north of Russia. The ancestors of the people who currently inhabit the Arctic and circumpolar regions began to enter these areas tens of thousands of years ago, during the Paleolithic era, moving to the north from Central Asia, Mongolia, the Urals, and the Russian plains. Today, the north of the European part of Russia, Siberia, and the Far East are home to 40 indigenous peoples who have developed unique strategies for adapting to extreme climatic conditions. Present-day global warming is aggravated by anthropogenic factors that alter the climate, especially the increased concentration of certain gases in the Earth's atmosphere that cause the so-called greenhouse effect. Particularly strong climate fluctuations occur in the Arctic. For example, on Chukotka, century-long observations have recorded an increase in the average annual temperatures of 1.6 degrees Celsius, more than double the average global temperature increase during the same period. Because the traditional lifestyles of indigenous peoples depend upon the natural environment, they are the first to face the adverse effects of climate change, such as the shrinking of Arctic glaciers and sea ice brought about by global warming. Over the long history of their existence, northern indigenous peoples have repeatedly faced such challenges and accumulated a unique experience of adaptation, which has resulted in the formation of many unique cultures. Traditional knowledge, which is an integral part of the culture, the traditional way of life, beliefs and customs of these peoples, includes models for interacting with the environment that differ significantly from those of the Western world, and can be used as an important source of information in developing strategies for adapting to climate change and mitigating the negative impact of natural disasters. The 6 multimedia modules in this program, developed with the contribution of experts and representatives of local communities, contain a multidisciplinary body of knowledge on climate change adaptation and mitigation in the regions that have similar climatic conditions and face similar environmental problems across the far north of Russia. The introductory module outlines the natural and geographical features of the Arctic and the far north, provides a brief sketch of the development of the region and the description of the indigenous peoples, who consider nature not as something apart from themselves, but as a part of their communities. Specialized modules describe the most common modes of adapting to environmental changes by regional representatives of the major types of traditional nature resource use: tundra reindeer people, Chukotka marine hunters, fishermen, hunters, and herders of Kamchatka and the northeast of Russia, hunters and herders of eastern Siberia, hunters of the West Siberian taiga. The target audience of the project are teachers and students, representatives of local communities and indigenous peoples, and the general public. All information on the website is available in both English and Russian languages. The site is accessible at the UNESCO IITE web portal with the use of any platform and mobile device. It supports the opportunity for further development of the system and user feedback through social networks. UNESCO IITE has also produced a CD with a local version of the system for dissemination among educational institutions.